First we define as a exception, then is a exception, and now here I am going to initialize the exception. Okay, exception number and exception message. Then here, one second, I define one variable. And now I am going to initialize pragma exception unit. So here, then we want to display the message. So how we can go to display that message? That exception will be specified, and we can assign the one number. Then this is my exception. I am assigning one number. Suppose here we are using negative values. Okay, 1, 2, whatever it may be, you can choose it. And now we can go to start the logic. Begin, select star into v from EMP, start where EMP number equal to ampersand E number. Then now here DBMS output put line. Okay, E dot employee number, E dot in. And here I am going to write a exception. Okay, here I didn't write any predefined exceptions. Okay, so I am going to do the errors. That error will be going to handle this exception. Okay, when, what is our exception? E. When E, then we want to display DBMS dot put line. So here I am going to specify pragma error and yet. Okay, now let us check it. Suppose 7369, here what happened? We are getting okay. Too many values. Why it is getting that error? No one is there. 7369. Now employee is there. Suppose now I am going to give 4 zeros. What happened? So predefined one is going to execute it. But if in case any error is occurred which is not related to our program, then at the time which error is occurred, automatically this pragma error is going to show. Right? But here it is a predefined error. No data found. No data found is predefined. But when it is going to occur predefined, this is pragma error. Whenever the error is not related to our 20 predefined exceptions, that error is occurred, then automatically our pragma exception is going to rise. Clear? All of you. If you want to create your own predefined exception, then we can go to use the pragma exception unit. So why we want to use the pragma? It is used to compile the exception and generate the number and message. Initialize it. Okay? No need to rise. Okay? If you want to rise it, then we can go for that. Clear? All of you. So next we can go for sub-programs. So from today onwards we enter into the database objects in PLSQL. Database objects in PLSQL. So up to now we completed the basics. What are the required for our PLSQL? Okay. So today onwards we start the sub-programs are nothing but a database objects. Basically, what are the database objects in PLSQL? So we have four database objects. One is procedure, another one is functions, another one is packages, another one is. These four are the PLSQL database objects. Once you strong in this any one of these PLSQL program means database objects, we can easily handle anything in our PLSQL. We have only four programs. We don't have any other than these programs. We have only four objects: procedure, function, packages, and triggers. In this one, everyone is important. Everyone is important. Up to now, already we are covered the functions and procedures. Each and every time when we develop some procedure, when we execute any PLSQL block, then we are getting one message, right? PLSQL procedure completed successfully. So who are build that? Right people is build that PLSQL procedure. It's a very important one. Okay? And also we already touched the functions. Have you remembered that functions? Where exactly we are using that functions? Where? In report builder. In report builder we have several functions, right? If you go for format ticker, if you go for formula column, if you go for summary column, it is having PLSQL formula. Every PLSQL formula is having the proper body, right? Create function name. Then they are giving us some space. Whatever you want to write the code, that code will be directly write it. Have you developed the syntax? No. Syntax is there already. Build it. Triggers. Even though trigger also we have a function. That triggers also we have a function. Okay. In that triggers we are going to write our own messages. Okay. So everything will be there. But here we want to work with one by one. So there are four database objects. In this four database objects, first we want to work with the sub-programs. We have four database objects in PLSQL. In these four database objects, what are the programs we call it as a sub-programs? Procedure and function. It's a very important question. What is the difference between procedure and function? Okay. Then here, sub-programs are named PLSQL blocks. Named PLSQL blocks which is used to solve a particular task. There are two types of sub-programs supported by R12. One is procedure, another one is function. Let it be. Here observe this one. Procedures. Procedures may or may not return a value. Procedure is a block. One of the PLSQL block, but it is having a name. Up to now also we have done so many blocks, right? We have done so many programs. Every program have you saved in our database? We didn't save, right? Suppose if you want to save that particular task, we can use the sub-programs. So just now we done one program, right? Okay, but have you saved that program? No. So suppose tomorrow I want to call that program. Is it possible? Again we want to build the program, right? But here, if you want to save that particular task in our database, we can go for the sub-programs. You can go for the sub-program. The first one is procedures. Okay. Procedures may or may not return a value. I will explain to you. Procedure returns more than one value while using out parameters. Procedure return may or may not return a value. Sorry, procedure may or may not return a value. If it is required, we can return. If it is not required, we cannot return. Okay. Suppose, but procedure returns more than one return value while using out parameter. You know what is out parameter? So in parameter, so we have two modes is there. In parameter and out parameter. In parameter means which is passed by the user, that is called as a in parameter. Up to now we work with the in parameter only. In parameter only. Suppose, say example, whenever the program is going to return a value to us, okay, return a value to us, that is out parameter. So when we are going to treat as out parameter, that value is going to coming through parameter, then we call it as a out parameter. So earlier we are return a value from function, right? From function, some programs also. But each and every time we directly execute the program, system is going to return a value. But it is not a out parameter. But when it is become as a out parameter, whenever the value is coming through parameter, that is called as a out parameter. That is called as a out parameter. That will be discussed. Procedure can execute only three ways. Can execute in three ways. So what are the ways? Anonymous block. Suppose you done one procedure. Okay. Now I want to execute that procedure. Through anonymous block we can execute it. Through anonymous block means without means begin and block. Just begin and block we can write it, that is called as a anonymous block. And exec command. It is a keyword. While using that keyword we can execute the procedure. How we can return the data from the data table? How we can return the data from a table? While using select. While using select, right? Select is a keyword. While using select keyword we can execute the query. We can execute the query. Here also by using exec we can execute the procedure. While using exec keyword we can execute the procedure. This is the second way. And the third way is call. Directly we can call the procedure. So here this is the database. Here we have database objects. Database objects. There are so many database objects. My procedure is also there. P1. It is my procedure. Now in block I develop one program. In that program I need to require to use this procedure body. This procedure is having 100 lines. This procedure is having 100 lines. In this block I want to develop one more program which is having 300 lines. In this 300 lines, already 100 lines is there in my procedure. Again you need to write the necessary to write these 100 lines in the here. Directly you can call this procedure. What happened? That 100 lines program is executed in my program. Means I want to call that procedure. Entire business application, entire instance, whenever that procedure is required, just you can call it. Means call your name. Suppose in this room there are 10 members are there. Somebody has come to our room and will be called directly your name. Call Kalyan. Just call Kalyan. What happened? The person is going to reply to that person. Right? In the same manner, whenever the respected program is required in our present program, we directly call the program from the database. So how the program is coming? Because of already it is stored in our database. Suppose it is not stored in our database. Earlier we done so many programs. Have we called that programs? But suppose every program we specify the name. So earlier classes we done so many programs. Every program I specify names. Now I can call that programs. earlier programs, every program I can specify a name and will be stored in our database. Now I can call that programs. Is it possible or not? Say, that is the reason. That procedure directly call in my particular program, right? That is a very, very important. Please keep in our mind. The procedure can execute in 3 ways. One is anonymous block, another one is execute command, another one is call. Okay, then we will discuss one by one, nothing to worry. The next, procedure cannot execute in select statement. It's a very important question. Can we execute the procedure in select statement? To the point of the asking question. Procedure cannot execute from select statement. Why? Actually here, procedure return many records. Procedure return many records. So in select statement, we cannot possibly execute the procedure, but function we can execute. I will let you know, not a problem. And then here, procedure internally having one-time compilation process. Every database object in our PLSQL is internally having the one-time compilation. Automatically it is compiled. That is the reason every time we are getting PLSQL procedure compiled successfully. Okay, internally compiled. And every procedure is having two parts. Procedure specification and procedure body. What is the specification? What is the body? Observe this one. In procedure specification, we are specifying name of the procedure and the types of the parameters. Name of the procedure and the types of the parameters. If you want to define the parameters, you can define that. The parameters will be specified into the specification. In the procedure body, we can execute actual our task. What exactly we want to implement our logic, that will be going to implement it into the procedure body. Procedure body is nothing but a begin and block. Begin and block, execution block. Right? There. Now I am going to develop a simple procedure. Now I am going to develop a simple procedure. The procedure contains one parameter. Procedure contains one parameter. Here, observe this one. We create a procedure, procedure name and what is that? Parameter. So whenever we define the parameter, we must specify the data type of the parameter. Already we discussed this information as where parameter cursor, right? And is having two variables. Is having two variables. Observe this one. These are all will be done in procedure specification only. We can define the variables, means nothing but a declaration. Okay, and the actual actual task is started from begin and end. The same program up to now, how we develop the program, same program. Here additionally we write this line only. Okay, just you can imagine without having the first line, have you done the program or not? Every program we are going to follow the same syntax, right? So, but additionally, what exactly we are going to add it here? The first line of the record, right? Just now I am going to write it. Here, create or replace. So why we want to use this one? So here what happened means, today I got a one task from my project. Okay, in that project, in that component, I want to develop 1000 lines of code. 1000 lines of code, right? Every day, within one day or within 1 hour, can we possible to develop that 1000 lines of code? No. We cannot possible, right? Every day we want to add some code, right? Then it is taking 1 week of time or 10 days of time, then will be completed our procedure. So suppose today you can specify that to create procedure name. The procedure name is, suppose say example P1. Whenever we can choose the create procedure name, it is created. Today it is created. Tomorrow you should come and you can do the modification on the same procedure. You can do the some modification on the same procedure. After compilation of that, you want to execute that one also. Today you completed 100 lines, you can execute it. Then up to 100 lines, it is executed successfully. You are using only create command. Tomorrow you should come to the office and will be added one more to 100 lines. Again you should compile or not. But when we are going to compile the same procedure, what happens? Is it accepted? It is showing error. Already the procedure is there. Already the procedure is there. Again you should change the different name. That is the reason we should maintain the create or replace. So automatically the existing program is replaced by new program. Replaced by new program. Then let us, I will show you. Suppose create procedure. Okay, procedure name P1. Create procedure name. What is the parameter? EMP number. Number is okay. Then now I am going to define the parameter. For type begin select star into B from EMP where EMP number equal to EMP number. Okay. Now we want to display famous and end the program. Let us check it. Yeah, end procedure name. My procedure is going to close. It is already there. It is already there. That is the reason. Suppose here already one of the program is there. Now I am using this one. That automatically it is replaced with that. Now the procedure is created. Now procedure is created. Then once the procedure is completed, then what happens? Number of times you can use that same command will be means at the time of procedure is created. What happens system internally? Compile. System. The procedure is having the future is internally compilation. One time compilation. So at the time of compilation only we are getting the error, right? Okay. Here suppose that procedure don't have that future. Have we get any error? Suppose say example here the same procedure I done some mistake. I don't want to use the colon. Then now at the time of execute this procedure it is showing error. Observe this one. Procedure is created with compilation error. So the procedure is having the future which is compiled automatically. It is compiled automatically. If any error is occurred, it is going to show us. Okay. Then in this point of time, but here it is showing compilation error. What is the error? What is the error? Where we can find out the error? Here we have only 5 lines we can easily identify. But we have 10,000 lines. It is going to show us procedure created with compilation error. We can use code. That is a trapping mechanism. Why we want to use that one? I want to see errors. I don't want to see whether my program is where exactly it is successfully completed or not. I want to see the errors. So here we have a error command is show error. We have a command is show error. Earlier we didn't use this one, right? Earlier we didn't use any command, right? Directly the program is going to show us what are the errors is occurred in my PLSQL block. But it is a database object, subprogram. It is having the compilation process. Whenever it is compiled, it is find out the errors. What are the errors is coming on our program, that error will be going to show us. But how it is going to show us? By using show error. Right? Then here it is clearly show us what is the error is occurred. What is the error? Encounter the symbol at the end. So which line? So most of the people in this point of time, the people is going to check into the 6th line. Okay? But in 6th line we don't have any error, right? We can go to find out the earlier line. Okay? Then we can easily understand. 6th line, is there any error? So we don't have any error. The 6th line is correctly working. But here, so we find out the error. So most of the time we are getting these errors. So because of we miss a lot of semicolons in our programs. Now the procedure is created. All of it clear? Okay. Once the procedure is created, next we want to execute the procedure. Not call, execute the procedure. I want to execute the procedure. The respected procedure, whenever system is shows a procedure is created, definitely it is available in database. I want to see which table is going to capture that procedure. In database, where? So here, all of it clear. These are simple, but it's very powerful. I want to see this information. All objects. So here, select object name, comma, object type from all objects, where object name equal to P1. If you are not specify the where condition, it is taking a long time. We cannot imagine how much time it is taking. Because of lot of procedures and functions, every table, synonym, view, object, procedure, function, package, trigger, everything will be going to store in the same table, all objects. Because of that, all are the objects. Okay? Clear? It is clearly show us. Then here, I want to know who has created this one. Okay? Yeah. In this point of time, we want to find out, so whatever it may be. Suppose, say example here, this tab. Okay? Right? So whatever it may be, even though in SQL objects or PLSQL objects, everything will be stored in all objects. We can find out how many records are there. For counting also it is taking a long time. Observe. How many records? 3,90,240 records are there. Just imagine how many database objects are there, how many procedures are there, how many functions are there. I want to know how many procedures are there in this database objects. Can you tell me? What is the query we want to use? I want to know how many procedures are there in my database. I want to find out correct count of procedures. Tell me. Where object name equal to procedure. Okay.
Object name equal to procedure.
Right?
536.
536 procedure. Suppose I want to find out the procedures means respected user. So I want to know who are going to means so who are created so how many employees are, so there are a lot of users is created by the procedures, right? I want to know who are created, how many procedures. Every person is created some number of procedures. I want to see so who's created the number of procedures. Suppose A 10 procedure, B 20 procedure, C 30 procedures, like that. Then here we are getting the, what is that?
Year.
Yeah, created. It is showing created is a year. Then year means date wise it is showing how many procedures are created. Observe carefully. What is the number it is going to show us? One day some people is created 2, one day some people is created 1, one day people is created 110, everything, right? And total how many? 500 something like that. But here it is showing, but we are not specifying the procedure only. All. So what happened? How much time it is taking? It is taking. It is going to count 3,90,000 objects. In where class you can specify the procedure, then it is going to count the only procedure. It's an important question. So how we can go to find out how many procedures are created by the specific user? Okay, maybe some user is information also there. Oh my God. Yeah. So now let us say we work with that. We create or replace procedure name parameter. Procedure name parameter. Suppose I don't want to give the procedure name parameter. I don't want to give the parameter. Just I am going to write like this. Create procedure name, and is we can define the variable. Percentage. Okay, not a problem. Then next we can go for what is that? Begin. Then we can go for begin. Select store into v from emp where emp number equal to v number. Just I am going to write this one. Okay, parameter I am going to pass a e number. But in my procedure I don't have the parameter. Okay. And next we are going to bring to dbms output dot v dot emp number comma v dot e name and end procedure. Let it be check it. Then it is asking to us directory number. Then only procedure is created. Suppose here Now what happened? The procedure is, so here we miss the column. Procedure is created. Now we execute the procedure, we are getting the result is which is related with the 7900 only. Okay, but we cannot possible to execute multiple values. Okay, so that is the reason we want to specify the procedure. Each and every time we are not possible to execute the same procedure. Sorry, we can execute the same procedure but different parameters. Then only we are getting the each and every record. Suppose in this way what happened? Suppose we can execute 100 times, we are getting that data only. Okay, that is the reason we want to pass parameter. Okay, now the procedure is created successfully. Once the procedure is created, now I want to execute the procedure. How we execute the procedure? We have three ways. One is execute, another one is begin end. Begin end means anonymous block. So then first we execute the anonymous block. Begin procedure name. Okay, and what the procedure contains parameter. The parameter is 7902. Employee number is a parameter. Yeah. Next end. We are getting the 79. The same procedure I want to execute in execute command. exec procedure and parameter. Procedure with parameter. The same procedure I want to execute to call. Yeah, in my procedure I have only one record. I didn't use any loop, right? If you use the loop, then you can get the all records. We are retrieving only one record. Whenever we can specify the loop and we don't want to specify the employee number, you can specify the DEPT number, whatever it may be. Suppose you cannot specify, keep on, it is going to write it. Same, cursor attributes, everything. What are the logics we are implemented up to now? That logic all be same, but the first record only added. Create or replace. Clear? Next, observe this one. Here, the same program procedure which is having the cursor. Right? Then now observe this one. Create or replace procedure name. I am using same name. Procedure name, and here I want to pass parameter. Then P. Okay. Then here what we do? Okay, I'm not about PMP number. Data type is number. Is. Now I want to define cursor. C1 is select star from EMP where EMP number equal to parameter. Okay. Next, we define the variable EMP percentage for time. Next, we can write the begin. So what we do first? Open C1. Next, so here we need to write the loop. Necessary to write the loop. I am passing which parameter? Employee number. So I am retrieving single record, right? So which is the number we want to pass? That will be return. Okay, no need to write the loop. And fetch C1 into V. Okay. The next, when it is going to come out. So if it is write the loop, we can go to write the exit. but here I didn't write the any loop. So now directly dbms output dot put line v dot employee number v dot ename v dot job. Fine. Then next close C1 and end the procedure. If you are not specify the procedure name also, it is ended. Not a problem. Okay. Procedure is created. Now I want to execute that procedure. I want to execute the procedure. How? EXECR, whatever it may be. The same program, just I implemented cursor. I implemented cursor only. Everything is same. Just I implemented cursor. Suppose now I want to implement the loop. The same procedure I want to implement the loop. Then here this program also we can execute it multiple ways. Begin procedure 1 7839 end. Sorry. Then now call the procedure. Right? Then now I want to develop a procedure with loop. Okay. Create R, replace procedure, procedure name, parameter. Then here I don't want to write the parameter. Okay, I don't want to write the parameter. Is I define variable. So cursor C1 is select star from here. Okay. And next I define a variable emp percentage row type. Next we write the begin. First what we do? Open cursor. Next loop the cursor. Next fetch C1 into V. Exit. Here we need to write the exit. Exit when C1 percentage not found. Attribute. Okay. Then next dbms input dot put line. V dot employee number, name, V dot job. So next, so what we do? End loop, close cursor and procedure. Procedure is created. Now I want to execute my procedure. Call or exec procedure. Then again I am going to begin procedure. Sorry. End. The semicolon will be written in second line. That is the reason. Here I am missing. That is the reason I am going to specify that semicolon. So next call procedure name. Then observe this. Here we don't have the parameter. That is the reason it is going to does not possibly execute. Why? Because we have a one topic is there, procedure overloading. Procedure overloading. What does that means? We have a same name with different parameters. That is the reason it is not executed here. We have the same name but different parameters is there. Okay, I will explain to you at the type of procedure overloading. The same concept I am going to give the clarity there. Okay. Yeah. So in this point of time we want to execute these procedures. All of it clear? Have you get any doubt in this point of time? Okay. So then.